Hey guys, it's Lilly here. I have a quick little dimensional analysis conversion problem for you guys. Feel free to pause the video and do it, or follow along with me. So let's dive right in. So the first thing that you want to do, or that I would recommend doing, is finding out what you want versus what you have. So this is what we want. We want the amount of ounces, and we have 1.0 cubic meters. So this is we want and we're given. And then we're also given conversion factors to get to our answer. This is kind of helpful usually. Sometimes we won't get these conversion factors. We're going to have to know them by memory. And that's why I put together a little cheat sheet for you guys to memorize and to do while you guys are working through your practice problems. Feel free to screenshot this or make your own similar to this. This is just the conversion factors that I felt that I used the most during Gen Chem in the fall. But yeah. So, and then the next thing I would recommend doing for this problem is figuring out your sig fig count. So, right off the bat, this is the only number given to us. So, we know in 1.0 we have 2 sig figs. So, okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start with what we're given. We always start with what we're given. If we're given multiple things, then you're just going to have to determine how you're going to get to your final answer by figuring out your units. I would use your units and use dimensional analysis before plugging in any numbers. That's just the way that I learned, but yeah. So we're going to start off with 1.0 cubic meters. And we're going to need a conversion factor to get into centimeters cubed. So I know off the top of my head that 1 meter cubed is 10 to the 6th centimeters cubed. If you didn't know that, I have, again, here a little conversion factor sheet that you can use. But if you didn't know that and your conversion factor didn't have that answer, then you could just look this up. But yeah, the more practice problems you do, it'll be a lot more simpler to understand. But the point of this is that we want to be able to cancel out units. So if we have it on top and we have it on the bottom, we can cancel it out. We can't cancel it out if it's both on top. So we can cancel out meters cubed, so now we only have centimeter cubes. Next thing we want to do is we're going to want to cancel out the centimeters cubed. So we have this conversion factor right here that we're going to use. So we have 13.55 grams per centimeter cubed. Look at that. We can cancel out the centimeter cubes. We're left with grams. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to cancel out grams because we want ounces. So we have this conversion factor where 1 ounce is equal to 28.35 grams. I'm going to use that. 28.35 is going to be on the bottom because we want to cancel out the grams. And you can definitely do that. It's totally acceptable to flip the answer. You don't have to have it in a certain direction. So finally, when we get that answer, if we do the math, we will get 47794, and this will be ounces. You don't want to stop there, however. We figured out that we had 2 sig figs, right? So, in order for us to do that, I always draw a line to where the sig figs should end. With all these numbers right here, go away. However, we're going to do scientific notation. You could write it as, this is going to round up. So we could write it as 48, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could write it like that. However, we want scientific notation. So our decimal, our imaginary decimal is right there. So we're going to move it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our final answer will be 4.8 times 10 to the 5th ounces. And I would always make sure to box in your answer. That was kind of ugly. Always box in your answer. I know that professors, especially not in this problem, but maybe in other problems that you may do that have multiple parts, I would always box in your answers because it's really hard for professors to grade your quizzes or exams if they can't really find your answer. And if you have like a whole sheet of work and you don't have your answer boxed in, I don't know how you would expect them to figure that out. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I had for you guys. Again, I have this little cheat sheet that I used in the fall. It really helped me out while working these problems. It helped me memorize Tarot to Femto because you have to memorize those. It's just something that you have to know. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys at my office hours. So go Frogs!